We're grooving.
Yeah.
Ha ha!
Quarators.
It's Quarators again.
Doing it
Every week we're back. And we're reading the freshest Quoras to you and your home radio cassette. Welcome to the show. I'm Alex, and this is Jeremy. Say hi,
How's it
Jeremy.
going? I'm Jeremy. This is Alex.
This is Quarators, the show where every week we ask, what is Quora?
What is Quora?
What is it?
It's a website.
It's on the computer. I know that.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I see it in one place, and that's the internet every week. And speaking of the internet, you're going to love this guy we got on here.
Hey.
He's on there, and he's really cool, and it's Justin Whang. Justin, welcome to the show.
Hey, what's up? I'm from the internet.
It's true.
Yeah. Yeah, here to find out what Quora is. Because it's been filling my email with all kinds of like weird stories. Like the one about the is it possible to balance the ball in your head in a soccer game? And like not have it be legal. Apparently it is, but it's not practical.
It's rude, is what it is.
Well,
Quora emailed you that question?
Yes,
Like
that was
Justin wants to know.
Yeah.
I don't even think it has the strangest questions on the internet. It just sends them directly to you in a way that other websites would consider rude.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
weird. I don't know how it happens. Is your
Your headphones
Yeah,
up?
it's like I think we're good now.
Oh, yeah.
It's like
It's locked in now.
there we go.
I've had more fucking audio issues before we started this thing than I've ever had in my entire life. That's fine.
It's been a big one.
Justin, so it sounds like you do know about Quora and you've been in contact with the fine people over there.
Yeah, they send me the little like digest email.
Yeah.
All the best stuff that's happened in the past week.
That's great, because usually we ask the guests like if they go on Quora, and usually they're like no, and then we're like good. That's how we start the
How do
show.
they find our emails? Because I don't think I've given them my email.
I feel like everyone at some point made a Quora account and just forgot about it.
It's very possible.
That's like I remember every time I want to find something out, I want inevitably come across the Quora listing for it, and it'll give me the top answer. But then you scroll down, and it's like, oh, if you want to see more, you gotta
Right.
sign in, and it's like I don't remember. I don't want
pay.
to sign in, so I'm just gonna look somewhere else.
We know you'll be back
They're like a drug dealer.
to find out, should I punish my son? Or whatever the question stumbled onto you here. Well, every week we like to end the show by formulating our own Quora with the lessons we've learned throughout the day. We'll be cutting back to that at the end, but at the beginning of the show, by the way, that's Waffles the cat. He may
Producer
be
Waffles.
just off camera, but I assure you he is a menace in the room.
He's really going for you.
And that's by design. He's now under Justin's legs. Great.
Yeah, he like smelled me a little bit, and it was like, nah, this ain't doing it for me.
You got to learn about where the frame of the camera goes, Waffles. That's the main thing you need to figure out.
Learn blocking.
Anyway, yeah, we put a Quora up on here. We want to see if anybody answered it.
The answer is no one answered it. But
Fuck!
Our question was,
Shit!
which fictional character has the highest IQ out of Garfield, Sailor Moon, and Austin Powers? And we got some answers from listeners, but we didn't get any answers.
Those
from
do
just,
not
like,
count.
from like the real Quora heads.
They are not. They are impure data inputs. I think.
Yeah.
They're not right.
So do we want to read any of these, or we just want to move on to some Quoras?
I would.
Quoras?
You know what? I would answer the question.
Okay, let's
and
hear it.
then I guess we can read one of them.
I want to know what you think, Alex. Who has the highest IQ out of Garfield, Sailor Moon, and
Garfield, Sailor
Austin
Moon, and
Powers?
Austin Powers. Now I don't know how much you know about Sailor Moon.
Very little.
She is late to school because she has a toast.
Okay.
She has toast in her mouth.
Right.
Do you know Sailor Moon?
Yeah,
Close friend.
I didn't remember the toast in her mouth.
Yeah, it's kind of iconic actually. She's a toast queen, but the point is she's very rarely in school and is like
Okay,
kind
so
of
she's
dumb
pretty
coded.
Dumb coded.
She's dumb coded, whereas Austin Powers.
It's ableist to have a crush on Sailor Moon.
She has the IQ of a Supergirl. And then I compared to the other two, Garfield actually maybe I was writing him off, but he
Okay.
may actually be a contender here because he kind of underexerts himself. And then Austin Powers isn't really dumb.
Sure.
He's
Plays
more free spirited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm knocking Sailor Moon out of the equation. I think it's between Austin Powers and Garfield, and
Okay.
that's what misogyny looks like in our society, and this is how it manifests. But yeah, I'm putting my money on Austin Powers.
Okay. Yeah, I think you're probably up.
He
there.
has-
He's probably
he has
right. He is
mojo.
a human man. Garfield is a cat.
Yeah, and essentially Austin Powers works on like a luck roll.
Sure,
Like if there's
charisma.
a D&D thing, like he
Yeah,
has
yeah.
Yeah, he put a lot of his stats into luck.
Yeah.
And it just works out for him in every situation. So if he was in a test, he would probably just get lucky, and then it would be okay. And that functions the same way intelligence does.
I feel like Austin Powers is probably one of those guys too that's like smarter than he lets on.
Yeah.
Because like he's a secret agent of sorts. You know, just all right, maybe you do idiot your way by accident into that, but like probably not.
Well, you may
Yeah.
be dumb in some ways, but I bet you can solve a Sudoku incredibly fast. You know, there's like a kind of
have to
intelligence you have to
Yeah.
have to do
Like
code breaking or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. You like crack codes and shit. Garfield can't do that.
Garfield can't do much of anything as far as I
No.
can tell. And I don't want to harp on the guy, but
Just
Yeah, I mean
kinda lays
Garfield.
around.
Garfield at first was like my knee jerk answer to that because I'm thinking, yeah, like he's like Sailor Moon. She's kind of a ditzy, dumb coded, chick, high school chick.
she's very talented. We all love
Yeah.
her. We love Usagi.
She's great at like killing monsters and
Right,
shit.
yeah.
But
I've never done
But is
it.
that a job?
Come on. Come on.
she does it for free.
Monetize it.
That's true. If you've been fighting demons for 20 years and you live with your mother, you got to go back home.
Sure.
You got to do this
I
again.
have a few friends like that
Yeah, these should.
who fight against turtle demons and live with their mother.
It's so sad, but they have great outfits.
Sure, that's true.
Sure. Okay. What did we get? Any shorter answers?
Okay, sorry. To
I read that first one. That
Colonel
is
Mustache.
extensive.
This is a shorter one from Anthony. I had
You
to
should
reach
start
out
your
to my
own
man,
show, Colonel Mustache.
Dark
Okay.
Wizard. The answer is Garfield and explain why. Canonically, Sailor Moon is dumb. Austin Powers, that Brit married a robot and didn't even notice it. Garfield, though, he's a cat who has his owner wrapped around his paw like all cats do. I bet he could get John to make him scrambled eggs. So there you go.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, that's not a bad answer. He has like a kind of like street intelligence to him. But again, it's
Both people say
Garfield.
Garfield.
Garfield. Well, I guess
Garfield,
agree to
number one.
disagree.
See, like the thing is, like Garfield instinctually seems like the smartest
Yeah.
one, but I think it's one of those things where it's like he's so like sarcastic
Yeah,
and
he's just
cynical,
rude.
where like people mistake that for intelligence.
Yeah.
But like if push came to shove, I think Austin Powers would outsmart him every time.
Yeah, like if you had to ask between Austin Powers and Garfield, like, hey, Garfield, how do I like reset my router or whatever? He's never going to come through for you. He doesn't know anything.
How do I fix my cables on my recording device?
Garfield, I want to put down for like a mortgage, but I don't know like what a good rate on that is.
And you think Austin Powers has an answer to that?
Yeah, Austin Powers is like, yeah, you want,
Fuck the.
you know, I was going to answer
landlord.
that, but I don't know. So that is kind of tough for me.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
All right, let's get into the real chorus.
Yes, please.
This is our first segment, Quora Romance, and it's relationship questions.
Hold on.
Justin, you're kind of a guru, a relationship
Oh, yeah, totally.
expert. You, young men look to you for advice.
Finish your thoughts.
Honestly, sometimes because like I look at my DMs I get on Instagram. Sometimes I have like Twitter DMs closed because I did that for like an hour once. That was not a good idea. But Instagram's way more chill. But sometimes I'll get people like hit me up randomly for relationship advice.
Really?
And like I can't. Honestly, like I can't really help them that much, but I try kind of sometimes.
Justin,
I
you
love
know
that.
a lot about Mario. How do I find love?
Well, this question is: how come some men have 7 wives and I do not have even one? Where can I find a human female wife who is alive on Earth?
Okay, so there's several questions there.
I love this question.
Well, first there's a statement, which is I do not even have one, and some men have 7.
Yeah, sure.
And then where can I find a human female wife? Caveat: who is alive on Earth?
Sure. So yeah, he doesn't want a dead wife or a
Or a wife somewhere else,
on
where it's like,
Saturn.
yeah, there's a
Yeah.
planet where they love, they
I
love
just
desperate
love that this
men.
guy's like, we need to redistribute the wives.
I don't know that many men who have 7
The
wives.
top 1% have all the wives.
gotta-
Yeah, I mean, like that's like one of those things where it's like you gotta like die in service of Allah, and then you get the 7 wives.
Yeah. There's a,
There's polygamy.
I mean,
right?
that's like one option for him.
yeah.
yeah, I think what this person is referring to is people who have a lot of girlfriends. I don't think the having 7 wives outside of like the Amish community is
Right,
that
right.
common.
That's
People who've been like run out of Mormonism have 7 wives.
He's just like describing like the New York dating scene.
Become a Brooklyn podcaster.
Well,
There you go.
I
That's
guess
the answer.
I guess my recommendation would be to I don't know, be around women. Step one.
I don't know.
Be around women.
Get off of Quora.
This guy's just gonna be like standing around like looking at them now
Yeah.
because you said that.
Hey, he's in the room. That's half of the battle. Step two, wait. You don't even have to say anything. You just got to be there until you're a familiar face that brings a smile to the other people in there.
People don't have good advice for this guy. One guy says to just get on like Tinder. One guy says you're too picky.
Oh, come on, man.
And then Diane Evans says, "Are you the type of man or what?"
Or woman.
That's
Oh,
not
no.
what it says. It
Okay.
says, "Are you the type of man a woman would want to marry? Do you have a job that supports you? Do you have your own home, whether purchased or rented? Or are you still living with your parents?"
Fuck Diane.
Damn, dude. Diane giving the
Stop
fucking
tearing him apart. He
everyone-
doesn't even have one wife.
DM Diane. For
Some men have
relationship advice.
7.
I like that. Like he didn't even really give details about like why
No.
he's having trouble finding a woman. He just said that he's not, and they're like guessing all the things that might be wrong with him.
I think you don't get out there enough. I don't know.
His standards are so low too. He just wants a human
Who is
female
alive on Earth?
life. He's tried dogs. It just doesn't do it for him.
Yeah, we do need more information. Unfortunately, I don't
I
really
wonder
know
if I
what
can
to say to
find
help
this
you.
guy's account or anything.
Yeah, we're about to dox a guy in the podcast.
Wow.
His name is Mr. Bobby.
Okay. Oh shit, I know him.
He has asked 141 questions.
Okay.
A lot about being Jewish,
Okay.
or actually just about religion in general.
Okay. So he has questions about greater.
He's from
purpose.
Canada. What can I do
Okay.
to serve my country, Canada? I don't have a high IQ, but I want to be a great person.
Oh
Jesus
no,
Christ.
That is
Bobby,
rough. I
Mr.
want
Bobby.
a white Canadian wife. Where do I find one?
All right, Mr. Bobby.
What can I do to be with people who's a
You're getting
virgin?
more specific, and we like you less.
How do you remove an evil genie from the body? Bad news. Nobody has answered that.
Oh
Does
shit.
does he elaborate on
Yeah.
the genie situation?
He has another question. He says, "There is a genie attached to me that is causing obstructions in my career and health.
I don't think that's
How
what
can I
genies
get
do.
rid of these evil terrorist genies?"
I think that's just like a regular like a genie like grants your wishes. It doesn't like get in your body and cause problems.
It makes it so you can't have a white Canadian wife.
How do I find a woman? Step 1, get rid of the genie. The genie is not good for this.
I mean, I guess over time his like white standard like dropped. He's like, you know what? I don't care anymore. Forget about saving the West. We're just going to
This guy.
yeah.
I am cold at night.
Yeah.
That's my new concern.
I want to read another question by this guy. It says, "I went to a friend's house and they gave me a drink which had ants in it. When asked, they said, 'Oh, must be a mistake. Is this some kind of black magic?'" Oh no.
All right, so I was saying I was having a harder time finding new Quoras. We just got to go back to this man's profile.
Yeah.
Mr. fucking Bobby.
This like I feel like this doesn't seem like a troll account either.
No,
like this
no.
is like these are genuinely things this guy wonders about.
This is how I know this is a real account. One of his questions 9 months ago is, "Do you think Johnny Depp is the best actor?" Well, I bloody think so. It's just not a thing you would make as a troll. You would just you'd put that for
He's
real.
become more British in that one.
I really like donkeys. Is it okay to go near them and kiss them? So that's when he came to the idea of wanting a human wife, because he experimented with donkeys.
Yeah, that's not gonna take.
All right, we've read.
Why
enough
does
of
a
this
donkey
man.
cross the road? That's another one. Yeah, let's stop lighting up Mr. Bobby. Mr. Bobby's a close friend of the show.
All right, let's read another question in romance.
Let's I don't know how to move on from this, but
This is from the Quora subsection, "Rising Above Narcissism."
yes, it's an active community.
So the
by the way,
question
because
is-
I just typed in the word relationships and they all had narcissism themes to them.
Perfect. I love Quora.
I love Quora. I love my
I
credit
never went
card.
this deep in it before.
They haven't emailed you this yet.
Are you
Yeah.
scared?
I was just like,
scared,
oh, I gotta
Justin?
sign in. Forget about it.
There's so much you could learn on
Now I'm
here.
gonna sign in next time.
Okay.
You gotta.
Okay, what's the question?
Why would my narc of 5 years, we live together, discard me but not break up with me?
Now,
That's a poorly worded question.
the first thing you're gonna glam onto
Narc?
is narc sounds like narcotics officer.
Yes,
and
yes,
it's gonna throw you
absolutely.
off.
He could be both. It could be a narcissist police officer.
I've been living with my handler for
Okay.
5 years.
See, it didn't register me at first that like they were abbreviating narcissist as narc.
They have their own community.
Like, what do they do then if like one of them has like some kind of drug problem?
Everyone on this section of Quora is near a narcissist and is like, I love it. I'm staying here. This is, I have questions. So her narc or his narc, it's not clear.
Sorry, yeah, I don't know.
Their
the
narc
gender.
of 5 years. They live together. They've been discarded.
Why would you like purposely want to date a narcissist where it's like part of your identity?
Well, if it's 5 years, I think you're just, standard in
sure.
a relationship with them,
And
right?
you found out that they're a narcissist, and now you've gone to the narcissist community.
I used to call him John, but now I call him my narc.
My narc.
My sweet narc. Maybe they meant Mark. My husband, Mark.
Yeah, I think the answer is probably because they're a narcissist.
Yeah. Why would they discard you but not break up with you? That's it's like it's sowing a potential fallback plan for their narc schemes. So they've like left to start their own like glass Coke bottle factory and make $1 million. That's one idea for a narc scheme I have been starting. And then if that doesn't work, they're gonna be like a Family Guy and they're gonna go back.
That's such a specific example.
It's just a guess. I'm saying it doesn't have to be that,
Okay,
but
fair enough.
it's something like they have a scheme of some kind. They're going to go back to their wife if it doesn't work out.
Yeah. I'm trying to find answers here. There's nothing really outside of just like what we're saying, which is that he probably wants to start a glass Coke bottle company.
That's what I've been saying. And people treat me like a lunatic.
One person said, I don't know what the difference is between discarding but not breaking up. Aren't they one and the same? And then wrote LJB.
That's just a signature. They're signing their name.
I know, but I thought at first that they were saying it like Lyndon B. Johnson, but it's just their name is Lynn Biner.
Signed Lyndon B. Johnson.
Yep.
Yeah, that's why, though, is they have a scheme.
Cool. Looking at
Answered. Case closed.
yeah, not really much to say about that one anymore.
There's this thing I've been noticing online though, and like haven't looked into that community, so I don't really know. But I've been noticing that like there's like maybe over the past 5 years or so, there's been kind of this trend of like people like talking about narcissists in their lives, but then you look at it and it's become one of those words where people just used it to describe people that are that are doing things they don't like, and narcissist is the descriptor they've decided to attach.
Sure.
It's the new imposter syndrome. I feel like it's like the
one of those
internet
kinds of words.
buzzword with
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
hey, if I call my boyfriend I don't like this, I can talk
Sure.
to 1,000 people.
Gaslighting is a big one.
Gaslighting, sure.
Yeah, like it's another one of those things where it's like it'll be like some kind of therapy word that
Right,
you can
right.
kind of attach to the grievance you have with someone to make it seem like more serious.
Yeah,
than
more
it is.
legit.
Just because somebody has a dream of starting a glass Coke bottle factory does not make them a narcissist. It's just somebody who has aspirations.
I think you're right, but I also wonder like who is going to the like narcissism Quora sub community.
Yeah.
Like they almost think it's a positive.
I would feel so bad about myself every time I type that in.
who
My
is this
homepage,
person?
risingabovenarcissism.quora.com.
It's just so strange.
That's too bad.
I think you're right though. I think that is a thing that has become like, I don't know, just a catch-all word that means nothing anymore.
I've been discarded by my narc, and now I have imposter syndrome.
If you're in the narcissist community so much that you have code words for it,
Yeah,
you're
like,
too,
that's like
you're too far gone.
You would think that would be the kind of thing where it's kind of like you have the situation specifically that you're dealing with. You kind of you check in on the community to kind of figure out how you're going to resolve it, and then you're out of the community. You don't have enough time to learn all the like little code words and shit.
Yeah.
all the inside baseball of the narc community.
I want to know all their terminology.
You got to leave the narc community.
okay.
All of us are united on this.
Let's go on to our next segment, our police chorus, 5 Quo. We're not very good at naming segments.
No, it's good. Also,
yeah, if
if
you're
you're
driving-
driving, this is not a real ambulance or police car. This is
You're
just
fine.
the police. It's 5
It's
Quo.
It's 5 Quo.
It's 5 Quo. Like 5-0. Does that track for you?
like Hawaii 5 quote.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, great.
If an armed criminal breaks into your house and you expend the entire magazine of ammunition on them, but they still survive, do you have to reload and finish them off, or do you call the police? I think the answer is, of course, by law, you must kill them.
You must reload.
Because now they're suffering, so you got to put them out of their fucking misery.
Yeah.
Finish the job. I've only killed 6 of the 12 of them.
I think if you just like unload it all and they're still like coming at you, like they kind of earned it. And now they're just like allowed to do whatever the fuck they're gonna do.
Yeah, they can now steal from you.
That's their house now.
They can take a few things.
Crime wins again. Wait, was the last part and call the police?
Or do you call the police?
Yeah, I think it's call the police or shoot an entire magazine at them.
Do you have
Once
to
you've
reload and
started,
finish them
I
off?
mean,
Or
please
yeah.
finish the job.
Yeah.
Yeah, one or the other.
Ed Walden, who's a former airborne infantry at U.S. Army,
Hey, shout out.
he says, I had a friend. He passed away several years ago named Willie. He was a local police officer. His advice to me was this: if you're going to shoot a burglar, never in a doorway that leads into or out of the house, never in the back, never when they're laying on the floor bleeding to death. You feared for you or your wife's lives. Make sure there's only one story to be told when we arrive. If we have your story and his, there's going to be a trial or hearing.
Yep.
If there's only your story, there's going to be some paperwork.
So this is
Willie
advice.
was a good guy.
This is advice to kill a guy.
Yeah, this is-
to legally kill a guy.
I mean,
gonna
it's one of
kill
those things
someone.
where it's like, yeah, like morally, it's probably bad to like make sure you end the guy so he has no tales to tell. But from a practical standpoint, he's right.
Yeah.
Legally, you must finish the job. Yeah, it's pirate rules by that point, I guess. Okay. Next answer, as he starts with, yes, reload.
No, don't finish them off.
See, that's a complicated answer there.
When the threat is ended, time to cease fire and pass time to call 911. Your objective is not to kill the guy for breaking into house. That's not true for a lot of these people.
No.
The last guy's advice was like, if you are looking to kill a guy, here's how you do it.
Yeah, you're not going and buying the gun to shoot an outline of the assailant in your wall.
Like
Yeah.
you're a Looney Tunes character.
Yeah, exactly. So I think we're all pro murder. I think
I will
that's
say,
what this room is.
I'm pro doing what you got to do.
Sometimes you got to do that.
The Quora answer where it's like, no, don't kill the guy is locked behind Quora Plus.
Right, so we don't know.
Quora's like, don't read that one. You
It's
have to pay if you want to find out how to keep him alive.
In all the people writing in to tell us that we have a show and should buy Quora Plus, that's not what we're doing here. We want to give you the experience of you going on Quora and not knowing how to get out of the situation without a murder.
I just love that the guy's question isn't like, should you finish them off? It's like, do you have to?
Is this the law? Is this mandated for the powers that be that you have to kill him?
Yeah, the
And-
Finish Them Off Act of 1943.
Yeah, the Mortal Kombat clause. Now, this may be my privilege talking too, but I've never also been in a situation where I
Wow.
need to kill 12 bandits breaking
That's a
into
classic privilege.
my house. Yeah. At least not one that I could stop with one magazine.
It's true. I don't own a gun.
I'm
Yeah.
not gonna lie, like I had like this one night where for whatever reason I fell down this like home protection rabbit hole, and it's like we're in New York, so it's not very practical to get a gun here. But I'm like looking at like things I could have, and I stumbled upon warhammers.
That's,
A warhammer is probably the best home protection.
What is a
device.
warhammer?
it's
it's-
a big hammer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it basically like it's like,
Like
I
a
think it was,
dwarven.
yeah, it was like developed to like I think it was developed to like kind of like defeat armor.
That
Yeah,
makes sense.
to crush mail. Yeah.
But it's like,
once,
super light.
once everyone was like using swords, but then
Sure.
you invented wearing sheets of metal over you to not get cut by the swords. People were like, oh, I can just smash that with a big hammer.
That makes
goes
sense
in your
that would
lungs or
work.
whatever.
And you can like keep that under your pillow.
yeah,
Fucking warhammer.
under the bed.
I have a friend who has a katana, which is extremely nerdy thing to do, and his apartment was broken into like a few months ago, and they slept right through it.
Yeah, there's also the
damn.
part of like then killing someone close up with a sword.
Yeah,
That's probably pretty tough to get through.
yeah.
Yeah, I used to do this whole joke about how my father-in-law had nunchucks that he trained with for his self-defense device. To the point where like 20 years later, he was just like capable with nunchucks at any given moment. But that is hard mode.
This is your
Do
dad?
not start on nunchucks. This is my father-in-law.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So don't start on nunchucks. That's all I wanted to say.
Fair enough.
Something
It's
I
Keep that in
advanced.
mind.
Something I thought about too was just getting like a chainsaw, and
Ooh.
ideally, like you never have to use it, but you break into someone's house, and you hear
Yeah.
all of a sudden you hear a chainsaw fire. You're getting the fuck out of that
Right.
house.
And also, you want other people to know your house is getting broken into. And I'm sure they'll have questions the next day. It was like, by the way, did I hear a chainsaw last night?
Yeah.
You know, I don't like to pry, but it is Brooklyn, and I heard a chainsaw. So,
We don't have things to chop here.
yeah. I noticed the tree is fine outside, so I thought I'd ask.
Anyway, I think that's what we're gonna get out of this question. But yeah, if you want
Somebody
to
just puts
protect
a
your
photo
home,
of a Halo-looking gun.
it does look like a Halo gun.
It looks like that battle rifle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
Get a hammer.
Get a hammer. Get a big hammer and crush their mail. That's our
Someone comes
answer.
in with chainmail. That's what you need.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm
this
ready
is
on the
another one that we're probably all dealing with in our daily lives. What would you do if a teenager walked up to you, stopped 5 feet away from you, and aimed a loaded gun at you?
Killing spree.
No, wait. Pretend I played the right one.
I mean, they both
Okay.
worked.
Yo, the seriousness you came with the soundboard, that I thought the recording died or something. You had this look on your face like you were like,
You're watching is the blow by blow of me being like, time to get the gunshot right this time. I know it's the turquoise one, and I know the place, but guess what? They're both the turquoise one in the place, and this one's killing spree.
Killing spree.
And then this one's on a honey. And you can't get these confused. Anyway, yeah, so you got to kill that kid.
with your hammer.
wait, what was the question again?
What would you do if a teenager walked up to you, stopped 5 feet away from you, and aimed a loaded gun at you? And there's 3 answers to this.
See, this is, I mean, and just from running the show, we do know a lot of these questions are like a fantasy cooked up where you get to kill a
It's
guy.
the internet. Remember freerepublic.org?
I never went on there.
I mean, I never went on it, but it was like a thing.
It was too free for me.
It was like, do you know this website, Justin? Free Republic?
Vaguely, it sounds familiar. I don't
It
remember
was
what
like
is,
this
though.
very right-wing forum. The people on there were called freepers. And their thing is that they would just
I remember that term. Yeah.
They would just like fantasize about overthrowing the government like every day.
Oh, man.
And they'd all talk about like the guns they had and like what they would do once they overthrow the government.
The
And they're
threats would always
probably-
start. Another teenager came up to me and pointed a gun in my
Yeah,
face. Don't worry, he's at the worms now. Anyway, the Fed is out of control.
Yeah, it was like that kind of thing. It was like QAnon before it got like interesting, where there was no
Yeah.
like clones and stuff. It was just like, we got to bring back the gold standard.
Yeah.
This is boring.
Those guys. Yeah, I remember those guys.
But anyway, yeah, you gotta kill that kid.
I mean, that's literally all the answers.
it's their life or yours. Or it's a situation where it's like you're about to be shot in the face. What do you do?
I think I'm going Robin Williams on him from Good Will Hunting. I'm just like, it's not your fault.
I'm putting a flower.
And then I
in
hug
the-
him.
in
Yeah,
the
you're putting a
thing.
flower in there. We're gonna kill both of us.
I'm giving peace a chance for once.
See, I watched all those Detroit Dust videos. You remember that guy? Like that police officer told you had to survive a gun weapon situation, where the fuck it was.
Oh,
So I think that he had a video like that. I think it was either like you kind of like you stick your you reach out and stick your finger in like the fucking like
In the barrel?
Yeah, not in the barrel.
Oh,
like
yeah.
the fucking if it's like a
the
revolver
trigger?
type. Yeah, like the fucking.
Oh, sure.
I don't know, I
the
don't
trigger
know.
guard.
Yeah, that fucking thing.
I'm a Marine.
so it can't fire. That kind of shit.
That's
Yeah.
so funny.
Or the other
I
one
would
is- think
absolutely shoot myself doing that. I see it happening in front of me.
That's really
The other
funny.
one was I think he like sidesteps it and then like you just put the guy's arm down.
Yeah, that's a good move.
Yeah, just like you just go like that. And
Use your black belt in karate when that happens. Be sure not to forget about that. No, it's a very funny sketch. The self-defense guy who just tells you to shoot yourself in the face.
What you do is you grab his finger and you pull the trigger for him.
Put it in your mouth. That's going to freak him out.
Do it.
like that episode of Hey Arnold where he acts crazy so he doesn't get beat up.
Yeah.
That's what you do.
All the answers are just like, I would kill him.
I don't care how young this boy is.
This guy, Eric Petrosian, who is a lover of the freedom protected by guns for 45 years.
Oh, me too. I
Has
love
an MS in physics from San Jose State University. I can look up every piece of information about this man. It says,
Please.
I'll kill him. No, I don't care that he's a, quote, teenager. That gun is a lethal weapon aimed at me for no reason. Now, it's a statistical fact that in such situations, the average hit rate is about 30% for most people, even trained LEOs. I do have a slight benefit here, having taken several courses and spent quite a while practicing varying scenarios, etc. This guy's
so ready. He is so ready to kill this
He
kid.
thinks about this all day long.
My rate is significantly higher than 30%, and I know to move to make myself a difficult target. So I will move, and I will draw, and I will put the punk down without a shred of remorse or hesitation. Will I get hit? Possibly. Will I get killed? Maybe. But I will most definitely put him down, sparing society any further acts of stupidity on his part.
All right, I gotta hop in here. He's assuming you do nothing wrong, which was not part of the question. What if you deserve it? What if you're the bad guy in the question? This teen is putting you down. He's putting you down for all your aggressions.
This guy is practicing killing a teen like every day of his life.
Sidestep and remove a life.
He's just imagining himself like crouch jumping like this was Halo or something.
Now you got to remember they're shorter than adults.
I would BXR him.
I'd hit him with my beam sword.
It's an energy sword, Alex.
Whatever. It's a fucking beam. It's made out of beams.
It's made out of energy.
It's the same sword the Gundams have. Those are beam swords.
I don't want to talk about this again.
I don't. Yeah, we're not talking about Halo anymore.
One guy says, shoot them multiple times. What the fuck do you think? I don't give a rat's ass the fucker's age.
Are like none of these guys thinking about the fact that they already have their gun drawn and pointed at you? You're just like, hey, I'm doing whatever I'm already doing.
So their response, like to a man, is like, first thing I'm doing, gun in my face. I'm reaching for my gun. I'm reaching quickly and in a jerking manner, scaring this child. Also, I have a gun.
Yeah. The whole thing. Also, like, is the kid like robbing you, or you're assuming that you're like in an opposite side of the war of this child?
Yeah, I am assuming it's a Gundam Wing situation.
Sure,
it's a trained teenage spy of sorts.
One guy says it's a shame that a teenager would have to die for such a lousy reason.
That is a shame.
Sorry,
I'm against it.
Yeah, I mean everyone's.
Wait, one guy's yelling at the post.
Your immature attempt at trolling is a pathetic embarrassment.
That is the proper response to the thread. Honestly,
an anime villain.
You know what I like about these things? They have like that old school forum feel, like the kinds of reactions people have to shit.
Yeah, your like forum enemies show up to be like, we're really talking about killing the kid again. It's been months.
I'm seeing types of guys I haven't seen since like the 90s.
But the difference is that on a forum you're anonymous, and on this website, like this guy's
put your address. Yeah,
we've seen this guy before, right? Oh no, this is just a picture of Kurt Vonnegut. But we may have just seen other
I've read a lot
Vonnegut's.
about him actually.
Michael
From
Smith,
Indiana.
block me from replying, and your comments will be deleted. And it's just
Okay.
weird. I can see. I know where he went to school. He studied the history of Russia in college.
Oh, that's interesting.
I guess.
Yeah, you got to study something. Anyway, if you'd like to dox someone, send us their Quora account, and Jeremy will read it into a
I
microphone.
cannot find a single answer that's like, I wouldn't kill him.
I like the picture that this guy put in the
Sure.
chat, and I will
Says-
have to find this for the video edit, but it's just, it's loco white boys.
It says, this happened in my city. The victim decided to snap a photo. No one was harmed. Situational awareness and watching your surroundings can give you the upper hand. I wouldn't hesitate to shoot if given the upper hand. 15 and 16 years old.
Yeah, my friend was actually robbed by the guy from A Knight's Tale, so... Justin, you cannot see the picture. It was a dead-on guy from A Knight's Tale.
You want me to turn it around?
Yeah, let me see this.
See, this is what he looks like.
What do you say at night? So do you
This
like
is the
Heath Ledger?
I do mean Heath Ledger. I was spacing on his name.
It's just a weird. He's like a really skinny muscle kid.
Yeah.
Wait, does the little kid have a gun too?
Yeah, they're fully loaded. They have like a Final Fantasy hit squad coming at you.
And they're like, even like the little kid's kind of ripped too. What the fuck?
Yeah.
They're going on the AB system to shoot you 10 times. It's a shame that's happening to me. First thing I'm doing is being aggressive for sure.
Okay, make sure to put that one on the YouTube.
By the way, the person who got away from the hypothetical situation, feel free to tell us what they did.
Yeah,
I bet it was take a picture and say, please don't shoot me. I don't think it was begin your...
on camera.
You're going to look pretty stupid on TikTok.
Okay,
Whatever.
let's move on to our next segment, Forbidden Knowledge. So there you go. The Forbidden Knowledge is an actual segment on Quora where they post what they consider to be forbidden knowledge, but not that forbidden that you can't post it on
Well,
Quora.
you can talk about it, but just like as long as it doesn't get like outside of Quora.
No
I think
one's
it's fine.
allowed to know.
This is like what they don't want us to know about.
Yeah, so this is literally on their forbiddenknowledge.quora.com. What are the consequences of casting black magic on someone? I think the first one is that they won't be able to get a Canadian white wife.
I totally forgot about the genie. Oh, yeah, you've been de-wifed. I would say the effects of casting black magic would be they take magical damage.
Yeah,
That's
I don't
number
know.
one
There's
from my
such a weird
experience.
like magic community on Quora. They love talking about it.
I think there's some shit where it's like you cast the black magic and it makes you like indebted to like whatever spirits you invoke to do the magic or some shit.
Yeah, it's like
that.
persona rules.
Some shit like that.
Yeah, you have to. You borrow it from a guy. No, the best part about reading the forbidden knowledge questions is there's like a hard magic fiction system at work here. Like
On Quora?
people are always like, first of all, you don't understand magic, and second of all, you have to know a demon and borrow it. Yeah, let's get some answers here. Let's learn for once in our lives. This is an education podcast.
Magic is about intent. A black magic practitioner is more concerned with cause and effect than ramifications. My grandmother was a practitioner of the black arts. She was a witch for hire. I saw her do terrible things. She loved a very that should just be she lived. She lived a very long and profitable life. On her deathbed, she was terrified of dying. She knew what a lifetime of ill intent would bring her.
Oh, no.
I personally wouldn't work dark magic unless it was for defense. Kind of like a person broke and entered your home and you shot them in the act.
Okay.
Any other reason will fare poorly for you in the afterlife.
I
We gotta
swear
hook this
to
guy up with
God.
the other guy.
Yeah. This is like all Quoras lead to shooting someone in your home. That is really...
Yo, seriously.
Even if you go on Black Magic Quora, they're like, kill the man who has entered your home.
I'm not
kill
even-
him. Reload your wand. Finish him off.
I'm not even reading all these answers, but I'm getting better and better at making playlists of Quoras in a way where they all flow together like I'm a DJ or something. The thing is you gotta kill that kid. So that's what happens when you do black magic.
Do you see this guy's job, Alex? Read his job.
Former sperm bank frequent donator. Ha ha.
Nailed it.
You can't make that much money from that. We've all tried to do that.
Have you?
Yeah.
Have you donated sperm?
They wouldn't take it. And I talked about this yesterday on my other show, but I think it's because I didn't stop smoking weed soon enough, but it could be like, oh, you're dying, and they just don't tell you.
Oh my God.
They're like, legally, we can't tell you why we're not taking it. Have
Don't
fun.
you need
You're
to be
like,
like really smart? Don't you need to like pass an IQ test or something?
I don't know. I look great on paper.
Yeah, fair
It's
enough.
really until I do or say anything. The problem comes
They
up.
listened to one of your podcast episodes, and they were like, "We don't want this."
Yeah, we followed you to your comedy show at Legion Bar, and we're
That'd be a sick
decline.
job to be like the sperm clinic investigator. Just like you gotta like shadow the guys who might donate their sperm to make sure
Yeah.
they're all on the up and up.
You're the sperm headhunter, the
I
head
don't want
of the penis
sperm
hunter.
from someone who has like bad tweets in their past.
Yeah, we're not about creating children who swear here. But yeah, so black magic is about intent, is what we're learning, and
Yeah.
so you gotta just like think. I am dying to know more about this witch assassin for hire.
Yeah,
by the
right?
way, feel free to chime in with more of that.
I would love to hear more about this guy's grandma.
Okay, any other good answers?
Without getting into a discussion of black magic, for the purpose of this answer, I'll just treat it as magic with harmful intent. I guess that there's like discourse in the black
please.
magic community.
I'm sick of discussing black magic.
We can't get into this again.
It's 2016 all over again.
We don't use that term anymore.
In my opinion, the most important consequence to bear in mind is that whatever suffering you inflict on someone, you too will experience the same suffering in the future, in this life or later. That is the law of karma.
That is the law of karma.
All right. Yeah. I guess.
Okay, so all we know for sure is like you will then it like hurts you later.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, yeah.
There's like a spirit dead.
Oh, this guy's wading into the discourse.
Let's go.
There's no such thing as white magic or black magic. Magic is magic. The only difference lies in the intent of the one performing said magic.
Okay.
This is I don't even want to know like what these people have been arguing about with the different subsets of magic.
Here we go
I guess
again.
like if you, I can kind of like understand it though. Like say like you have a spell that like makes an explosion happen.
Okay.
So like you could like blow a child up with the explosion spell, but then like say there's like there's a bus that can't stop, and there's like a bridge that's positioned in such a way where it's like
situation.
Yeah, like there's like a bunch of rocks or something that like the bus is gonna crash into the rocks, but then you blow the rocks up and you save the kids.
That's the same spell.
It's the same spell, but the intent was different.
Right. You found a way to repurpose the child killing spell to save the bus,
Which is, by the way,
which is full of children.
Yeah.
it's Faraga. It's Faraga cast in different ways.
But if you did it both ways, would it balance out though? Because if it's like a spirit debt, then you're paying your debt by saving the bus full of kids.
And that's interesting because that's using what could be an evil spell for good. But how could someone use a good spell for evil? That's what I want to know.
Well, I think you do the black magic spell and then do some light magic. Other place you cast Cure.
You cast Cure
Somewhere.
on like Hitler. Keep him alive a little bit longer.
Damn it.
And that's how you've used white magic for evil. It's all about intent.
Hitler got an infection from a splinter and I had to fix it.
My grandmother was hired.
I hate my spirit debt. All right, we have a bunch of spooky questions this
Can
time.
we get to the next one?
Yep.
All right, let's see.
Okay.
If there was a helpful ghost guarding your house, would you try to get rid of it?
Such a good
So
question.
I assume this is the ghost of the man that you've killed after he tried to rob you.
That is not a helpful ghost, is it, Jeremy?
That's true.
Somebody's ignoring the question for
All
their
right, all
own
right. So
Quora thrills.
You've got yourself a Casper in your house. And
Your
you're just
daughter
a boy who
loves it.
drowned in a
Yeah.
lake or whatever.
Some
And he's
dumbass.
reorganizing your bookshelf or whatever.
And you're just like, this scares my neighbors. I don't like that. I wouldn't get rid of it.
No, yeah, why not?
I like Casper.
Sounds fun.
I read a manga like this once. I don't remember the exact details anymore, but I remember it was like this guy had moved into an apartment, and there was like this hot ghost that lived in the apartment, and she kept on trying to fuck him while he was trying to go to sleep.
This is Bleach.
Fuck, it was like this like random fucking.
We all know the sexy ghost story.
Yeah.
A tale as old as time.
He tries to get rid of her and shit, but eventually just like resigns to the fate of having a hot ghost in his fucking house.
Men
sounds like-
hate her.
That does sound like the beginning of a porn thing.
Yeah, it was about, yeah.
That's very funny.
Usually, and we have also covered this in the show, the ghost who tries to have sex with you at night, that's actually a succubus demon. That's
Right,
not a friendly ghost. It is, well, it's using your seed to prolong its dark acts.
And that's about intent.
So be careful for that one. But a Casper, you gotta love having those around your house. It's gonna be so clean.
yeah, I think so. I think I would like a helpful ghost.
I would love a Casper. Mm-hmm. Now watch how mad the comment section is at this
Are
question.
they mad at it?
Yeah.
Okay. Absolutely not. Unless some bad things happen to a close loved ones or pets, or if it has super uncomfortable, strict rules, try negotiating first. Best advice they can hear, you just talk it out.
Well, I guess you don't want to create a malicious.
So this is saying negotiate with the ghost.
negotiate.
I will give you $10 ghost dollars if you leave my house. Am I cutting out or is it just my headphones?
That's just your
Okay.
headphones, baby. I fix it.
It's
but,
not a big deal.
How about that?
No, it's gone. Okay, there I go. Yeah,
How about
that's
there?
not- I'm good.
Beautiful. Did I ruin yours?
No, mine.
Sweet.
I'm good.
I love editing my podcast.
Yeah, I think I'm keeping the ghost though. I don't know why people are so angry about it.
I don't know why
What's the
people
point?
are so mad about this ghost who's done nothing but helpful things. I think again the real risk is taking a Casper and then pissing it off and having a who is the cruel boy from the 50s? Not Richie Rich, but he's the boy. He plays pranks.
I have no
Dennis
idea what
the
you're talking
Menace?
about.
Dennis the Menace ghost.
Oh, okay.
The last thing you want in your house is Dennis the Menace ghost doing ghost
Sure.
shots.
That would suck.
Putting like pudding on the walls. Whatever he does. Cannot
I will say most people do say no.
skateboard. I know he's doing those.
Most people do say no, they wouldn't get rid of it.
Yeah, you want to keep that.
One guy says there are, and I would never.
In what way is the ghost helpful though? Is it
I don't know.
doing the dishes or something?
That would rule. That would
that'd be
fucking own.
Just like a slave ghost to do all your like menial tasks.
I think if it's a Casper, it's just bringing joy to your home. But if you have like an
Yeah.
old spinster ghost, maybe it just does chores. What's this guy's ghost? This guy has a ghost.
Sure. I live in my husband's family home. It was built in 1859 by his ancestors and lived in by ancestors. By some weird quirk, every member of the family that I researched, including my in-laws, 1992 and 1997, and my husband died 2011 in the house. I hope to too someday. When the temperature drops to freezing, the hot water faucets turn on. If I lose something, it reappears in the center of my bed, on my desk, or at my feet. I get warnings when something big, like a refrigerator, is about to break. If lights start flashing, I start looking for a problem in that room. At holidays, anniversaries, and birthdays, I find old cards or small presents. Get rid of them. Are you crazy?
Hey. So they just have it's like a family tradition.
Yeah.
First of all, your family hates being dead. They haven't left. And
Also,
they're
like-
just leaving you presents like
I would just be worried because, like,
cats.
you're like, everybody who I've loved died in my house. I hope I do too. Like, move out. What are you doing?
Have you considered there's a bad ghost who's killing everyone you love?
Yeah, the house is clearly like evil.
Oh well, she's never leaving.
I'm trying to think of other fun things a ghost could do to help out. Dishes is a good one.
Dishes.
I hate my roommate ghost who doesn't do the chores.
Multiplayer game.
Sure, yeah, couch co-op. There you go.
Sure.
You're playing Overcooked with your ghost.
Yeah, it's like I'm at work with a ghost. Old school beat 'em ups.
I'm trying to find any other answers. Yes, sure. Also, then invite the local biker gang over to party.
Come
Why
on!
in the world would anyone in their right mind want to do something like that? I think that's his example for like what a crazy thing to do. Here's another example. I'm going to invite a biker gang over.
It's written in a really confusing way. I don't understand what he's saying. He's also talking about Casper in that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's on the same page as us.
He's like thinking of like a ghost as like a type of hoodlum or something. I wouldn't want to associate with those kinds of people. Ghosts.
We're
The
assuming
property values have gone down now that all the ghosts have moved into my home.
We're assuming it is the ghost of the teenager who tried to break into my home, put a gun from 5 feet.
Oh, but when I said it. All right, let's read the next question. This is our final forbidden knowledge.
That's good. I'm
Forbidden.
exhausted from
This
learning
is
the forbidden.
knowledge that you cannot know about. Why don't they start up a cheap hamburger place with good food to outdo McDonald's?
That's a good question.
Wait, that's in the forbidden knowledge section?
Yeah.
Well, it's just a type of forbidden knowledge. I didn't know where else to put this one.
Why don't they start up a cheap hamburger place with good food to outdo McDonald's?
Right, because the problem is the McDonald's
Right.
hamburger is cheap, but
It's
it's not
just-
that good.
It's too expensive for me.
And if you made a good one that was cheap, that would sell even more.
I
than
have
a
this great
billion
idea for a
hamburgers.
business. It's called Good McDonald's.
That's good.
We all know McDonald's. What if it was good? That's a $1 billion idea.
Yeah, I feel like several attempts at that exist.
Yeah, it's just like Five Guys or whatever.
Yeah, which costs around $25 now. So
You
I
get
think
all
you're
the
playing.
fries.
The fries are good.
They
I'm not.
put 'em in the
I'm not here
bag
to
out.
They give you
disparage
so
Five
many
Guys.
too.
They put them in the bag.
And the flavor is really worth the extra
The
money. I mean,
peanuts.
you don't have as many burgers as you would eating so many McDonald's, like 5 meals of McDonald's for one Five Guys meal, but you shouldn't have that many hamburgers anyway.
Sure, fair enough.
Anyway, yeah, I think they don't do it because no one's thought of it yet.
That's fair, yeah.
Okay.
People just are naming other places. One guy's like, "You mean someplace like this?" And
Oh,
then
you
say
mean Burger
In-N-Out. Do you mean?
Oh, do you mean Sonic? You should sell milkshakes.
I'm trying to see.
Everyone's really just resentful that this question was asked in the first place.
There's a well-known economics result called the chain store paradox that shows whatever I do to put my competition out of business also puts me out of business. I don't think that makes any sense at all.
The chain store paradox.
Does he elaborate?
No,
No.
not even a little bit. He has a master's in economics.
I mean, he knows about the chain store paradox.
Anything I do to put my
It doesn't make any
competitors
sense.
out of business puts me out of help.
I don't think that's true. I think actually anything that puts your competitor out of business will help you.
It's
That's
like
called
a
business.
It's like a Sun Tzu parable kind of thing.
The art of.
By selling a cheap hamburger, you yourself have become cheap. You've undone yourself. Yeah, so the reason is the chain store paradox.
Sure.
That's why they don't do it.
Maybe it's like the idea that like if you started like an AI McDonald's, it would put you out of business because now you can't make your burgers. I'm gonna comment on this. I'm gonna say, what the fuck?
Come on. That's my
Get
face
his
on
ass.
there. Oh, man.
Get his ass.
Bob Smith is going to be coming for me. I didn't
I'm
put my
down
address
Quora
on this,
him.
did I?
I hope not.
Click on my account. I did not put any
Park Slope,
information.
Brooklyn.
All
Sorry,
right.
bleep that.
You're gonna
We've talked about it on the show before.
get banned from Quora.
We're trolling.
I don't know what we'll do when we're banned from Quora.
Because
Well,
right now,
Lose all our up Quoras. All of our Quora followers.
one guy says because right now we're in a transition period. They have raised the price of even fast food now through the roof and are telling you, look, if you don't want to pay for it, don't come in. Many have stayed away, but are now starting to filter back. It seems that we just have to resign ourselves to the $12 hamburger, fries, and drink if we are hungry.
What the fuck?
There is
are you
nothing else we
talking
can
about?
do. We are slaves to the McDonald's Corporation.
You're slaves to the burger.
Hey, you've heard from someone with a master's in economics. Now the opposite of that.
Their power over us.
Here's a probably anti-Semitic guy, just to tell you what he thinks.
All right, that's really all there is to say about McDonald's.
Yep, I'm dusting my
Okay.
hands off.
Let's go to our parenting segment.
All right, this is our last
Warranting.
question.
Yeah, this is our final question.
All right.
Unless you want to read any others.
Oh, I didn't get that loud enough.
That's enough.
That's enough. It's the parenting segment.
Okay, this was sent to us by several people. This is a viral.
You wrote in. You wanted to know this question.
Why is it a fucking whatever? I'll find it.
Was it banned or something? What is this website? Is so bad.
The question
It
is,
makes Twitter look good. It looks like Twitter works going on Quora.
they got to sell this website to Elon.
Elon, save
Please
Quora.
save Quora.
I need
make-
this to be relevant in
Make
5
comedy
years.
legal on Quora. I caught my 13-year-old son playing Roblox. I sent him to a boarding school and revoked his bed privileges. My family calls me insane. Am I a bad parent?
What do you think?
Is bed privileges?
Yeah, so he can't sleep in a bed anymore.
He sleeps under the bed.
I sent him to a boarding school and revoked his bed privileges.
He has to sleep under
What?
the bed. He's like a ghost. He's like a bad ghost.
Yeah. To be fair, he was playing Roblox.
Justin, have you played Roblox?
I have not.
It seems like a fun game. I don't know.
Roblox is so funny to me, and it's only because I don't know what it is.
You've been saying this all day to me, but just because you think the word blocks is funny.
Blocks is a funny word.
See,
it
here's-
has an X in it.
I always assumed that Roblox was just kind of like Minecraft, but a little bit round. But apparently, it's like a whole development platform. Like I just saw, like someone developed this this first person shooter in Roblox that like it looked like a super like fucking advanced Call of Duty inspired game. And it was Roblox.
That's
What
crazy.
the hell?
I don't understand.
Someone needs to revoke that man's bed privileges.
Yes.
Make him sleep on the floor.
Yeah, I actually just caught my 13-year-old doing that, and I sent him to military school. So
I think Roblox and Fortnite are the two places that are like becoming Ready Player One. Like you can just live in Roblox. I've played so much Fortnite that I feel like I'm in that game sometimes.
yeah, but Fortnite like isn't emergent that way, right? Like you just go on the island and shoot people.
There is like a creation
Yeah.
thing where you can kind of like make your own like little thing in there.
You
I was
make a-
playing it last night.
You
and
make a
there's,
little
like-
house until you're shot to death.
Yeah.
No, you can make like games in it. Like I was playing like a fucking RPG in it last night. And it wasn't very good, but
This
it
is now
existed.
making me realize going on the Battle Royale island and building a house is essentially a simulator to live in a Quora question where teenagers show up and shoot you to death.
Empty your clip, Goku.
Finish him. Finish him off.
It's very funny to imagine someone who's so mad at their kid playing Roblox. It's an innocent game.
As you send them to another state.
Wait, but what I don't get is he sent them to boarding school and revoked bed
Right.
privileges. So like, is he
He-
had boarding school like sleeping on the floor? He called them. He's like,
He
"Listen,
called them.
Don't let this kid sleep in a bed.
He was playing Roblox.
Now, I know you guys think you're pretty tough, but I want to take it a step further. No bed for my child. They were playing Roblox.
I'll pay you extra to take his bed away.
I mean, I don't want to get into the details, but let's just tell you Roblox were involved. the Roblox
I've seen videos of people playing Roblox, and it's just like children jumping on platforms. It's like the most innocent looking thing.
I was about to say, is it maybe just really fucked up?
Roblox is just like Lego, right?
Pretty much. Essentially, it's like, yeah, it's just that.
It's just bigger Lego pieces.
Are you thinking Mega Blocks?
I'm thinking of like the physical Roblox before it became like an internet sensation.
Whatever happened to physical Roblox?
Kids these days.
I revoked their bed privileges. So the question is, am I a bad parent? And I'm going to say I need more information.
What was he doing in Roblox?
Yeah, maybe it was something bad.
He's in the 4chan section of Roblox.
Yeah, he's committing crime.
There is like Roblox porn and shit.
Really?
Like,
In what way?
there's like
I
people
do
like-
not understand what this game is.
I remember there being like a big scandal, like they talked about it in the news, and that might be why this guy got so mad, actually, because there's like this whole like scandal where like people were making like naked Roblox fucking instances of where the fuck it is with like Roblox titties and whatnot.
Is your child jacking off on Roblox?
So if this is a legitimate thing, this guy probably saw the news report and thought he's playing Roblox. What is that, like porno?
Yeah.
Everyone's favorite porn website, Roblox.
You've now like really humanized this person in a way I did not understand when we started the question.
He's in the right.
Yeah, I know a bunch of guys like that actually.
Yeah. Send this kid to child jail.
Yeah, they just grew up in a family that watched Fox News. They didn't know, but I was going to poison them to send their child to military school.
When I was a kid, when I was like very young, my friends told us that there was like a cool Sailor Moon Dragon Ball crossover you could find online.
Famously
that
low
we
IQ
didn't
coded.
know. When I was in elementary school, and we didn't know that it was a porn website, and we went on it, and we were horrified for like the rest of the week because it was like Goku and Sailor Moon like fucking each other.
Wow.
And we all got in.
Age gap problem.
Is that true? Oh yeah, that is true.
Is that true?
I haven't
My
seen
friend
Sailor Moon.
Goku?
Every episode I've seen of Sailor Moon was this porn. That's the limit of Sailor Moon I've seen.
Sailor Moon rocks, but also
She did not have a piece of toast in her mouth. I'll tell you that.
The thing, come on. the thing about Sailor Moon is she was young in the 90s, so maybe, by the time you got around to it, everybody was consenting
That's
adults.
true. I got in big trouble. That's all I remember.
Yeah, because you immediately reported yourself, because
No,
we've discussed on the show you are a child cop for some reason.
What happened was me and my friends all like didn't talk for the rest of the day, and then my parents were like, something happened, and they went in their history and they found like I think it was called like Dragon Moon X or
All
something.
of you ashen faced going, "What'd you do today, Johnny?"
We're just like, just nothing. Also, in what world? My name is not Johnny.
You did it with friends.
That's true.
You
My
tell
friend,
me
though-
you didn't have a friend named Johnny.
My friend Alex was there, and he was not allowed to hang out with me for a year because his parents found out. They looked at it.
You're not allowed to hang out with that Sailor Moon porno kid.
Like I was like, check this out. She's only a kid.
They're at least 8 years apart. It's half your age plus 7.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. I know the comment section is very against this, man.
Yeah, the comment section are like, you cannot do that.
Yeah, I will send you to jail. I'm revoking your bed privileges. Did we find out what bed privileges is?
No, I mean, I think it just means that they can't sleep on a bed,
You
right?
don't get bed privileges.
Beds are a privilege.
Yeah, they have to move to like a futon. Something bed adjacent.
This one guy's like, I'm going to answer by telling you about myself when I was a kid. Who gives a shit?
Come
Shut
on,
up.
shut
Go
up.
away.
Grow up.
Grow up.
Go to boarding school.
Yeah, people are just very, very upset.
I understand that.
They're just like, yes, you are insane. What the fuck does this mean?
We're all upset. I think it's only fair we end the podcast now.
All right, well, we should ask ourselves a question. We should ask a question and put it onto Quora. So do we have any questions? Justin, do you have any questions that you've been dying to know the answer to and want to ask the Quora community?
God, I have no fucking idea what I want to ask the core community.
What did we talk about today?
We talked about self-defense a lot.
We talked about
Self-defense.
self-defense.
Maybe like, what's the best
Battle hammer.
Yeah, that's what
We're
I'm
gonna
saying.
use battle hammer.
Oh, there we go.
What's the best like non-gun weapon to defend my home?
That's a good question. That'll proc engagement, I think.
Yeah.
No,
Sorry, yeah,
like more specifically, I think
give it us.
if you ask them, like, would a warhammer be a good home defense device.
Yeah. Okay.
I live in New York City, and I don't want to get a
Yes.
gun. Should I get a Warhammer?
Perfect.
There you go.
Perfect. That's the perfect way to phrase it.
Quorify it. Okay. Justin, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
We loved having you on here. Where can our listeners find you at home and abroad?
I'm on YouTube channels Whang, and the series on it is Tales from the Internet, where I talk about weird ass old internet stories.
Yeah, if you like hearing all of the deranged shit people post on Quora, you probably will like Whang channels. Slam that bell. Just get on it right away. And in the meantime, we'll have to see if we should buy a Warhammer for our homes in New York City.
I think once they think it through, they're gonna be like, yeah, that's the move.
Yeah, it's a unanimous agreement.
Yeah.
With no further ado, we'll see you next week. And as always, question everything.
Stay out of our homes.